Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. Today's video, I'm super excited because we're doing my 2023 perfume inventory. Basically, I'm going to go through every single month and I'm going to tell you what I purchased, what I received in PR, what I blind bought. We're just going to go through and do month by month inventory so we can look and see how many perfumes I acquired, if I still have them in my collection, and all of that. Exactly what inventory means. And I'm really excited to share this with you because this was an eye-opening experience to go back to January of 2023 and take account for every single perfume that I added into my collection and the perfumes that left my collection, how many blind buys I actually did this year. All of it was very enlightening. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am super close to 10K subs and I would absolutely love to hit 10K by the end of the year. So if you could help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, then just ignore this part. But if you do celebrate Thanksgiving, then happy Thanksgiving. I love my little turkey earrings, by the way. I think they're super adorable. And yeah, I'm ready. I am ready to eat. Thanksgiving food is some of my favorites. I really love mashed potatoes. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I really hope I have this video out before Thanksgiving, otherwise my earrings are not going to make sense. All right, quick disclaimer before we get into this video. This video isn't meant to brag about how many perfumes I purchased. This is just like any business. I view YouTube as a business for me, and I think it's always important to go and look at your numbers. You know, the end of the year inventory is really a smart idea for any business, and I just thought it would be a fun video to do with you guys. So I'm not trying to promote overconsumption. I have a YouTube channel, so obviously I buy a lot of fragrances. But with that said, I'm also not here to discourage you from buying lots of fragrances if that's what you want to do. You know, you don't have to have a YouTube channel in order to have a large collection. If you enjoy buying fragrances and that gives you joy and happiness and you don't have negative emotions, guilt, shame, any of that kind of stuff associated with it, you do you. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. So what you do with your hard-earned money is up to you. I respect that. And I just ask, you don't judge me and I won't judge you. There it is. That's my disclaimer for this video. We really need to just be kind to one another and understand that we don't have the right to tell each other what to do with each other's finances. All right, so I'm gonna break this down by month and I'm gonna tell you the total of perfumes that I received in 2023. Either I purchased them or I got them in PR. So I'll let you know how many I got in PR, how many I actually purchased, how many were blind buys, how many I decluttered, and there are a couple on the chopping block as well. So those are the numbers that we're gonna go through month by month. Also, real quick, I feel like there's a gazillion disclaimers in this video, but I normally put the names of the fragrances in the video. I usually put a title up when I'm talking about the fragrances, but I have 101 perfumes to talk about today. So I can't put the names of the perfumes up on the screen for 101 perfumes because I will be editing till next Thanksgiving if I do that. I will, however, leave everything in the description box. I'll break it down month by month and all of that. So if you miss the name of a perfume, just check the description box. It will be there. I'm not going to go into too much detail about each fragrance because I have 101 here to talk about. Also, the reason why I'm doing my inventory now, even though it's November, is because I'm pretty much done with buying perfumes for the year. I do have a couple more, but we'll talk about that when I get into the November, December area of this video. We'll talk about that. But basically, I know exactly what perfumes are coming into my collection at this point that haven't arrived yet. But for the most part, I'm done purchasing fragrances for 2023. Okay, starting in the month of January, we have by Clean Reserve. This is Radiant Nectar. I actually blind bought this one, and this was a successful blind buy. This is a floral, musky, fruity fragrance that I really enjoy for every day. And then we also have Accident à la Vanille, which this one I did not blind buy. I tested it first. Absolutely loved it. Caramel and lots of vanilla. This is a delicious fragrance in my opinion, one of my favorite vanillas. I blind bought by Afnan. This is Modest Deux. This is a beautiful, affordable gem. Smells a lot like La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme. Absolutely fantastic. Also by Afnan, I blind bought Le Fleur Bouquet, which smells a lot like Ex Nihilo's Fleur Narcotique. It's different, but in that same family. So if you like that one and you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a really, really good affordable gem. I think I blind bought this one. I honestly can't remember if I tried this one first, but I'm pretty sure I blind bought it. This is by Xerjoff. This is from the Join the Club collection, and this is Shunkoin. And this one was such a successful blind buy. It's because Veronica from Veronica Says was raving about this, and it sounded right up my alley. Coconut, tea, woody, beautiful fragrance. And then we have also by Xerjoff, the Join the Club collection. Now this one I did try before I purchased. This is Ivory Root. Very spicy vanilla fragrance. You've got to like spicy fragrances. This is beautiful, but it's definitely something that you need to test for yourself, especially if you're not sure about spicy fragrances, because this is probably one of the spiciest that I have in my collection. And then I did purchase Oajan by Parfums de Marly, which I have since decluttered, not because I didn't absolutely love it, because I do, but it smelled very similar, almost identical in the dry down to Cult at Night by Attar collection, and I found it to be very redundant, so I did go ahead and declutter that one. All right guys, moving on to February. I blind purchased the new Valentino Donna Born in Roma Intense. I did a review on it. I wasn't super impressed with it. I didn't love it. I much prefer the original Donna Born in Roma, and I have decluttered the Intense version. And then I received my first PR of the year by Veronique Gabai, and I got Souvenirs de Tunisie right here. Really enjoyed this one. I think this is a beautiful summertime almond orange blossom neroli scent that I really enjoy. Really, really pretty for the summer. The performance could be better. It's not amazing, but I still do really, really like this perfume, and I think the bottle is absolutely beautiful. And now that it's sat for a while, I'll be curious to see when next summer comes if, you know, the performance is better. By the House of Thameen, I purchased Peregrina, which I did test before purchasing. Absolutely fell in love with this. This is rose, caramel, white flowers, powdery. It's absolutely gorgeous. Amazing performance. I love this one. And then I tested this one first. This is by the House of Moresque, and this is Seta. Beautiful fragrance. If you like myrrh, this is definitely one to check out. This has the most gorgeous myrrh note in it. Love that one. And then I also blind bought Panettone because lots of people were saying this smelled very realistic to actual panettone, which is an Italian kind of bready, fruity dessert, like a cake or a bread. And I absolutely love this one. I fell madly in love. This is so, so good, but it does smell very realistic to food. You have to be into that, but I adore Panettone. I purchased by the House of BDK. I definitely tested this one first. I had a 10 ml decant of this that I went through first. This is Velvet Tonka. This is gorgeous. Obviously lots of tonka. This has almonds. This has some rose oil, a little bit of tobacco. Beautiful fragrance. I do not have time to be taking the cap off and smelling these. I have too many to go through, but I absolutely love Velvet Tonka from BDK. And then I also purchased from Frank Bouquet Ylang Ylang, which that one really did not work out for me. That was lots of caramel with lots of Ylang Ylang, and normally I like those two notes, but they were so strong. It was thick, dense, heavy caramel with a lot of heavy Ylang Ylang, and that sweet caramel and yellow floral combo did not work for me, so I ended up decluttering that one. All right, going into March, we have by Lattafa Amir Al Oud. I did blind buy this one, and I'm so happy that I did because this is my version of By the Fireplace that I actually really enjoy. To me, this is less smoky, sweeter, more vanilla. Really good, affordable gem in my opinion. And then I also got Camera by Lattafa as well, which I have since decluttered. That one had something weird going on in it. I'm not 100% sure. I think it might have been like too much ISOE super. I'm not really 100% sure, but every time I wore it, there was just something in it that really bothered me. So I ended up decluttering Camera. And then I also purchased by Azzaro Wanted Girl by Night. This one is super fun. I tested this one first. I had a sample of it, and it smells exactly like a grape Laffy Taffy to me, and it's sweet, it's delicious, it's fun. I love it. And then I blind bought Musk Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez because everybody and their mother was raving about this. And I have to admit, it's pretty darn good. I like it a lot, got lots of compliments on it. I think it smells really feminine, musky, rose, plum. It's really, really good. I did not blind buy this one. I tested this one first. This is by Nishane Ani. Polarizing scent. This is spicy, green, citrusy, vanilla. And then I also blind bought by Parfums de Marly Meliora because the way people described this was really fairy tale, whimsical. I was looking for a really easy springtime scent to wear that just felt whimsical. And this one really checks off the boxes for me. This has the most beautiful berry note in the opening. Very beautiful, very easy to wear in the warm weather. All right, going into the month of April, which is my birthday month, so I went nuts in April. I got a lot of perfumes. But the first one I blind bought it to review it. This is by Mancera Tonka Cola, and I have been really enjoying this one. This one is fun. Fizzy, Coca-Cola, cherry, some lemon. It's really a lot of fun in my opinion. And then I also blind bought by Juliet Has a Gun Lust for Sun, and I love this perfume. This is definitely one to test for yourself, but I love I think there's white florals, yellow florals, coconut, and this is my favorite. Juliet Has a Gun. Definitely love this one in the summertime. And then we have Malibu Party in the Bay by Simone Andreoli. I tested this one first and fell madly in love. This is lots of lime, coconut, some rum. So summertime. It actually smells like a party in the bay in Malibu. That's what it smells like. I love this one. I purchased by Initio Psychedelic Love. I had tested this one first. This is gorgeous myrrh and sandalwood. Probably my favorite sandalwood fragrance in my collection. I also purchased by Maison Alhambra Bright Peach, which is a dupe for Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. I ended up decluttering it. Peach fragrances are really hit and miss for me, and that one just was not for me. I made my first purchase by the House of Argos, and this started my love affair with this house, and definitely my love affair with this fragrance. This is by Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. I love this perfume. My favorite tobacco perfume. I talk about this all the time. I really think this is a masterpiece perfume, and I just absolutely adore this one. So yeah, this started my whole love affair with Argos. All right, up next we have by Sense of Wood. This is Plum and Cognac. Tried this one first and fell madly in love. Gorgeous, boozy plum fragrance with some vanilla and woody notes. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful fall fragrance in my opinion. By Frank Bouquet, again, I don't have anything against the brand, but I blind purchased Vanille. No, I didn't blind purchase Vanille. I had tried that one first. I'm lying. That one I had tried first, and I really liked it because it smells like a citrusy gourmand with lots of vanilla. It's kind of like Lyra. But I purchased it. I really liked it, but I ended up decluttering it because out of all of the lemony vanilla gourmand perfumes I have in my collection, that was the one that I found I was reaching for the least, but still a really good perfume in my opinion. I had tried this in store before I purchased it. This is by Burberry, and this is Burberry Her Elixir. I love this one. I'm not a big fan of the original, but this one I absolutely love. To me, it smells like a strawberry milkshake done in a perfume way. I also purchased my 100 ml of Dama Bianca because I went through my 30 ml of this and had to buy this bottle because this is a top 10 for life perfume for me, and I cannot be without Dama Bianca. This is so beautiful. I was gifted by the House of Soradora Broceliande, and this is a beautiful and super unique fragrance. This is sesame in the base. There's some lime. This is like a gourmand, but it also has this really interesting sesame base that I really, really like. So super unique. I really like this one. This is my favorite from the house. The other fragrances from Soradora that I've tried so far, none of them worked for me except for this one. This is the only one that I really truly enjoyed. However, I am super curious about Janny. Janny sounds right up my alley, and I am tempted to blind buy that perfume, but I'll probably get a sample first, but I think I'm gonna like that one. The riskiest blind buy of the year for me was by Amouage, and this was Lilac Love. I did blind buy this. I don't know what I was thinking. I actually kind of like blind buys sometimes, and I also accept the risks of blind buy. I don't blame anyone but myself if a blind buy doesn't work out. It's my decision to put money down on something that I've never tried before. And with that comes some risks. It might not work out, you know? But for me, this one was a very successful, risky blind buy. This is Lilacs and Chocolate. I think it smells absolutely incredible. I also blind bought by Killian Princess. Everyone was saying this was such an amazing marshmallow fragrance, and so I took a chance, and I am really glad I did because I love this one. This is marshmallow, but it's like a summertime gourmand for me. I feel like spring and summer is when this really shines. I had tried this one before purchasing. This is by Giorgio Armani. This is the new My Way. This is the Parfum. This one is different from the original, the Eau de Parfum. This one is an iris focused fragrance, where the Eau de Parfum is more on tuberose. This one is iris. And if you love iris, you need to check this out. This is absolutely beautiful. I did blind buy the new Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. I had a really good feeling I was going to like it because I really like peony. That's what's in here. It's like peony, rose, some vanilla. It's a really easy reach perfume. It smells really good, really feminine, and just really great for like every day, especially in the spring. This is just a beautiful spring fragrance. Really like this one. And the last one for April is by Sol de Janeiro, and this is Cheirosa 62, the Eau de Parfum. It smells like the Boom Boom Cream. And I actually layer them together, and I think it's absolutely delicious. Okay, the month of May, I did test first before I purchased Blanche Bette by Liquid Imaginaires, and I absolutely love this perfume, although not everybody does. I did a recent, top 20 scrubbers. I had you guys vote, and a lot of votes for this one. So this is definitely one to test for yourself. Not everybody loves lactonic notes. This is lactonic, this is tuberose, this is musky. It's absolutely stunning in my opinion, and I absolutely love the performance. This lasts all day. I also purchased another very musky fragrance. I must have been in the mood for a lot of musky perfumes in May, but this is by Mont Blanc, and this is Signature. I did blind purchase this one, and I really, really like it. This has some orange in the opening. I believe there's some peony in here, and it's very musky, like a cloud, like a musky, sweet orange kind of cloud that I really, really like. I did also blind buy Olympia Intense from Paco Rabanne, and I really love the original Olympia. That's my favorite, but the Intense version I did not like at all. I actually ended up decluttering it. It didn't work out for me. There was something in there, some florally note in that fragrance that really stood out, and it just got on my nerves. I also purchased by Xerjoff La Capitale, which this was not a blind buy. I had tested this one first. This was a slow burn. I didn't love this one at first, but then I ended up falling madly in love with it. Strawberry, caramel, oud, leather, but very toned down and smooth in the base. Very sexy. I blind purchased by Deux two perfumes, Dirty Banana and Angelic Cherry Elixir, which when I got them, they did not smell good. I let them sit for a while. They smelled better, but I still never ended up loving them, so I went ahead and decluttered both of those. I also received in PR by the House of Argos. This is Palace Athene, which I absolutely love. This is such a unique and interesting fruity floral fragrance. I think Argos does fruity florals like no one else. This is very feminine, lots of florals. I get rose, I get several other florals in here. There's some fruitiness. I believe there's some raspberry in here. It just smells so sweet and feminine and delicious, and I love Argos bottles, which I tell you guys all the time. All right, in the month of June, we have by Amouage Love Tuberose, and this one I actually tested first before I bought it. I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan of tuberose, and this is gorgeous. This is whipped cream and tuberose. I adore this fragrance. And then we have by Dolce & Gabbana, this is Dolce Garden. I had tested this one first. Everybody was raving about this. This was in a lot of people's like best of summer videos, and I had a deluxe sample of it, and I went back to it and I was like, why don't I have this in my collection? This is a beautiful summertime fragrance. And then I also blind purchased by the House of Trezzardi. This is Passeggiata and Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, something like that. That is the longest name ever. I blind purchased this one because people said it had hazelnut in it. People were saying it smelled like Nutella, and it does have a Nutella vibe in it. This one's on the chopping block for me though. It might end up getting decluttered because I just recently pulled this out and wore it. I realized I really hadn't worn it very much since I bought it, and I pulled it out the other day and I really didn't like it. I like the opening. I like that hazelnut Nutella kind of vibe, but there's a lot of tuberose in here, which I normally love tuberose, but there's something about that hazelnut tuberose combo that I'm not loving. I don't hate it. I definitely didn't find it to be a scrubber, but this got on my nerves. I did purchase by Kayali. This is Yum Pistachio Gelato. I got a travel spray of it, which I used completely up. I had tested this perfume and fell madly in love and had to have a bottle. This is by Xerjoff Starlight. This gets a lot of hype, and for good reason. To me, this smells like a cardamom cookie baking in the oven. This smells like Christmas to me. I got a travel size of Skylar's Boardwalk Delight. It's got cotton candy and it's got like a cleanness to it. It's kind of a weird combo to me. There's like raspberry and cotton candy, but there's some sort of like clean note in here too. Kind of smells like fresh laundry at the same time. I got a travel size of the 7 Virtues Coconut Sun, which I found to be uber refreshing in the hot weather. I live in South Carolina. It gets super hot, and I loved wearing this in the heat. I also blind purchased by Lattafa Yara, and I did actually really love the way it smelled. It smelled kind of like tropical, fruity, gourmand. It had some creamy like vanilla going on in there, and I really did like the fragrance, but the performance was horrible on me. So I ended up decluttering Yara. I did find out about an indie house. It's called Siren Song. And I heard about this perfume. It's called I Smell Children. It's from the Hocus Pocus line. If you've ever watched the Hocus Pocus movie during Halloween, I Smell Children. One of you guys told me about this house and I went and looked, and there's so many delicious gourmands. I really need to check this house out more, but the one that really intrigued me was I Smell Children because this smells like a realistic apple pie. You know how I talk about Angel Share and I say it smells like a boozy apple pie? But not really. I mean, it just kind of reminds me of that, right? This is like realistic apple pie down to the crust. I also blind purchased by Erin. This is Mediterranean Honeysuckle, and I really love this one. I definitely am getting a full bottle next summer. This is Honeysuckle, and it smells very clean. And I'm not a clean linen type of perfumes are not my jam, but somehow I love this one. This one smells clean, fresh, with some honeysuckle, a little bit of like citrus vibe going on. It smells so freaking good to me, and this is like when I'm hot and it is just absolutely blazing outside, this was really, really doing it for me. Okay, and the perfume that I absolutely lost my mind, I purchased this one in June and I freaking lost my mind. This is by Simone Andreoli, and this is Leisure in Paradise. Okay, so I'm on June, right? I got this perfume in June. I stopped wearing it as soon as fall hit. This is the dent that I did. I became obsessed with this perfume. I'm gonna smell it. Oh gosh, here we go. I don't know. This is like catnip to me. If I were a cat, this would be cat. There's crack in here. I don't know. Luscious fruits, pineapple, papaya, vanilla. There's some woody notes in here, but I don't get a ton of the woody notes. I just get this luscious, juicy. It almost makes me think of like biting into a pineapple and like the juice running down your face. And then another one I got pretty obsessed over. I still am, because this is so good. This is by Giardini di Toscana, and this is Bianco Latte. Lots and lots of hype behind this one for good reason, in my opinion. You have to be into sweet fragrances. This is definitely a gourmand. To me, this smells like a honey and caramel vanilla cookie baking in the oven with a little pinch of cinnamon. Okay, the month of July, I did blind purchase the new Kayali releases. This is the Wedding Collection Silk Santal, and I also got Velvet Santal as well. I did a full dedicated review on those. All right, I did blind buy this one. This is the new release by Narcotica. This is Narco Oasis. This was an extremely successful blind buy for me. I fell madly in love with this. If you love passion fruit and like really luscious fruity fragrances with lots of vanilla, check this one out. I blind bought by Maison Alhambra. This is Lovely Cherry, and this one is pretty close it's a pretty good dupe for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry in my opinion. I did blind buy by Xerjoff Cruz del Sur 2. I don't know what possessed me to blind buy that fragrance because it's a mango fragrance and I don't always do so well with mango. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I don't think it was the mango that I didn't like. It smelled kind of like a mango milkshake, but there was something almost kind of like green and sharp running through the entire wear of the fragrance that I didn't enjoy, so I ended up decluttering Cruz del Sur 2. I tested this one first before I bought it and I absolutely love it, and I don't hear enough people talking about this one. This is by Givenchy and this is Irresistible, the Eau de Parfum. This is so pretty. It's very, very sweet though. But this has the most beautiful pear note and this like sparkling rose. It's very feminine, very sweet. You have to like sweet perfumes, but man, I really love this one. And this has really, really good performance too. I did purchase myself from Argos. This is Pour Femme. I tested this one first and fell in love with it. It smells like a elevated version, like a niche elevated, I don't know, more refined version of kind of like Flower Bomb, but a lot better. Not that I'm no shade to Flower Bomb because I really like Flower Bomb. I think that's a beautiful fragrance, but ever since I got this one, I actually decluttered Flower Bomb because I knew I would never reach for that one again over this one. I had tested before I purchased by Jousset Parfums. This is Accident à la Vanille Creme de la Berry. This one smells exactly like Captain Crunch berries and like lots and lots of milk. I purchased a sample of this before I bought it. I did not blind buy this. This is by Navitus in collaboration with A. the Great, Ambrosia Imperial. But as soon as I got my sample, I wore it and ordered a bottle that night because I fell in love with this fragrance. This is banana and caramel and whipped cream and all kinds of, there's rum, there's saffron, but it's also very wearable and I adore this perfume. I tested before I bought this one and really, really liked it. This is by Unui Nomad and this is Jardins de Mitzvah. The more I have this, the more I like it. It's really growing on me. It's very unique. It's got some rose, like a watery rose, lots of dates, lots of almonds, really good performance as well. I think I blind bought this one though. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't think I tested this one first. I'm almost 100% certain I blind bought this. This is from Unui Nomad and this is Sugar Leather. The reason why I blind bought it is because I was pretty much sure I was going to love this. This has cinnamon and caramel and really, really smooth leather in the base. Oh, this is delicious. And this is another really great holiday perfume. And then the last one for July I purchased was by Amouage and this is Sunshine Woman. I had a sample of this one first and loved it. It smells like apricots. It's osmanthus. Oh, I really need to wear this one. I have not worn this much. It's time to wear this. This is tobacco, but it's a really light tobacco. Apricots, vanilla, love it. All right, in the month of August, I had 3 fragrances from the House of Benigna sent over to me in PR. So we have my very favorite, and shockingly, my very favorite, is Worthiness. This one I adore. This is Rose and Oud. Who would have thought, right? Because I'm not an oud fan, but the oud in here is beautiful. My favorite from the house so far. And then also they sent me Royal Bouquet, which is a beautiful ambery warm bouquet. I mean, it's very, very floral and I really like this one. I am really, really going to enjoy this one in the spring. This is not one that I'm reaching for right now because to me this is a springtime scent, but I really do think this is a fantastic fragrance. And then the one I'm not 100% sure about is Greatness. Now my husband loves this one. But I'm still playing with it. This one I really like it. It's got tuberose and it has, I believe, sandalwood in here. Really, really beautiful, but there's Schwan pepper in the opening and that kind of throws me off. I don't know how I feel about it. I got to play with it a little bit more, but yeah, this one's not my favorite. I really love Greatness and Worthiness, but so far this one's not my absolute favorite. All right, I tested this one first and I lost my mind, had to have a bottle. This is by the House of Kerosene, Unknown Pleasures. This is one of my favorite gourmands. If you like lemon, citrusy gourmands with lots of vanilla and caramel, really, really good performance, and the lemon stays throughout the entire wear of the fragrance. I did go ahead and purchase my full bottle of Yum Pistachio Gelato after I went through the travel spray. I needed to get a full bottle of that. I did blind purchase Burberry Goddess. I really didn't, I don't know, I wasn't like uber impressed with the fragrance. I know lots of people love it. It's nice, don't get me wrong, I thought it was pretty, but I really just didn't love it. I tried wearing it several times, trying to get that magic that some people were getting, that really beautiful vanilla feel, but to me it just kind of, honestly, I'm going to be blunt, it seemed like a mediocre vanilla to me. Just a mediocre vanilla perfume to me, and I just didn't think that it was worth the price, so I went ahead and decluttered that one. I did blind buy this one. This is by Sniff. This is Crumb Couture. I got this because of Chris from the Perfume Nest. She was talking about this and she said it smelled exactly like a buttery blueberry croissant, and that is exactly what it smells like. I purchased Delina La Rosée. I had tried it before I purchased it, but I bought it at the end of August, so I was starting to shift into that fall mode. September was around the corner. In my mind, September equals fall. So I kind of lost my mood for this one, but I know I'm really going to enjoy this once spring and summer come back around. These are both from the House of Oud. This one is Ruby Red, the best ginger fragrance I think I have ever smelled. And lots of people said the performance was terrible, which is why I didn't want to purchase a bottle. But I really haven't been having issues with the performance of this fragrance, so I'm super happy about that. And then also I got Bon Bon Pop, which I tested first and fell madly in love with. This is gorgeous, semi-gourmand, but it does have lots of woody notes and some patchouli, but it also has some brown sugar and some peach. Love it. Okay, the month of September, I did receive in PR by the House of Navitus. This is Mille Extas in collaboration with Karina, Dear Makeup Diary, and this one, Karina had messaged me and asked me if I was interested in receiving this in PR, and when I saw the notes I was like, yeah, actually I was planning on purchasing it before she messaged me, because this is honey and chocolate and rum, and it's just a gorgeous gourmand. It's got caramel. I mean, it's got everything that I love in it. It's got apricots. Love apricots. This is a delicious gourmand fragrance that has really, really good performance. Okay, I tested this at Saks Fifth Avenue and fell madly in love with it, and I was like, where's this been my whole life? Why don't I have this in my collection? It's been around for a while. This is by Bond No. 9, and this is Greenwich Village. Gorgeous. Gorgeous fragrance. This has lychee, some watery notes, some florals. It's got some Gambroxin. Some people say this smells like Baccarat Rouge 540, but I don't really feel that. This is definitely its own perfume. I did not blind buy this one. I tested it at Saks Fifth Avenue. This is by Tiziana Trenzi, and this is Andromeda. But this one's on the chopping block, guys. I don't know how I feel about this. The musk in here, it's just not for me. I thought I loved it when I tried it in store, but I didn't wait for the dry down, and that's what I don't like, is that musky, scratchy kind of. I don't think I'm a Tiziana Trenzi person, okay? I just don't think the house is for me, so I'm not ready to declutter it yet. I'm going to give it one more wear and see how I feel, but it's on the chopping block. This one I tested in store. I was at Macy's. I sprayed this on the back of my hand, and I was kind of blown away. This is by Lancôme. This is La Vie Belle Iris Absolue. Beautiful. If you like iris, get your nose on this. This doesn't smell like the original La Vie Belle. This is much, much better in my opinion. I did not blind buy this one, but I had said for the longest time I wasn't going to purchase a bottle. I'm so glad I changed my mind. This is by BDK Rouge Smoking. I adore this fragrance. Cherry, heliotrope, and some tonka bean. It smells like a spicy pink pepper, cherry, fizzy Coca-Cola. Another one I said I would never buy is by Xerjoff Lyra. But I'm super happy I did, because once I have the bottle and I can like spray it all over me and put it on my clothes, it actually does perform better. I remember trying this one and thinking the performance wasn't great. I love the way it smells, but I've worn this a couple of times now since I got it, and I really like it. So I'm super happy I got it. So that's Lyra by Xerjoff. Okay, I was gifted by the House of Argos 2 new fragrances from them. I was gifted Love Triumphs Over War. This one leans too masculine for me. It's not my favorite from the house. I really enjoy the house, but you know, it's unreasonable to think I'm gonna like everything they come out with, and this one just doesn't work for me. It's too powdery and too masculine leaning in the dry down. They also sent me Birth of Venus. Now this one is a different story. This one I absolutely love. This is a gorgeous, warm, ambery, fruity, floral fragrance. It's got raspberry, it's got peach, it's got some chocolate in here. This is so good, and the performance is outstanding. I did break down and purchase by the House of Sillage Hufflepuff, and I did try this one first before I purchased it. I did get it at a discount, but I really kind of struggle. I don't know. This one I love. I love the way it smells. It's the most gorgeous lemony, peach, yummy, delicious vanilla fragrance. It's got coconut cream in here. It's so good. I just don't really get good performance out of this one, guys, which is okay because I'm just going to save this for summer. Spring and summer, I'll wear this as my summertime gourmand, and I really love the bottle. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I really don't have regrets on purchasing this fragrance. And last up by Xerjoff, we have Ouverture. This was a blind buy. Very complex fragrance, but it has some orange, some fig, has some florals. The base is like this vanilla woody dry down that I really enjoy. Really, really good performance as well. All right, in the month of October, I purchased my 100 ml bottle of Italica, one of my favorite gourmands, almonds, milk, toffee, beautiful. I have a 30 ml of this that I'm almost done with, and so I needed 100 ml of Italica. I blind bought by Lattafa, Honor, and Glory, and I still don't know exactly how I feel about this because I'm letting it sit, I'm letting it oxidize, and I'm giving it time. So this is pineapple, it's kind of musky. I'll have to get back to you guys on this one. Tested this one out first and was surprised by how much I loved it. Amethyst Haze by Carolina Herrera. Gorgeous. Cashmere, vanilla, lavender, a little bit of coffee, but not strong. Cardamom in the opening. It's so cozy. Tested this one out first and had to have a bottle of this. I'm obsessed with this perfume. This is by Stefan Humber Luca. This is Venom Incarnate, and this is gorgeous. Ooh, my fingerprints are all over it. This bottle is to die for, but the scent is just stunning. Wild strawberries, caramel, leather, a little bit of cinnamon, some vanilla. Beautiful. I tested this one first when the House of Argos sent me Love Triumphs Over War and Birth of Venus. They sent me a sample of Fall of Phaeton, and that is my favorite out of the three. Love Birth of Venus, but Fall of Phaeton took my breath away. There's some spices, I think there's some ginger, there's some pink peppercorn, there's lots of vanilla, there's some leather. Get your nose on this. Perfectly unisex. Anyone can wear it. Don't blind buy it because it's a complex fragrance, but get a sample, get your nose on it. I did blind buy the new one by Navitus in collaboration with AI the Great. This is Amorous Intense. I love this. This is so good. This smells like a green apple Jolly Rancher in the opening, which I love. I'm a big fan of green apple Jolly Ranchers. And then it dries down to this beautiful pear, caramel, lots of whipped cream. I really like this one. And then by the House of Kais, I blind bought this. This is Gâteau de Carnival. I really hope I didn't butcher that, but this smells like a funnel cake. Exactly. A little bit of apricot, but mostly just a funnel cake, and it's delicious. But you have to be into foodie gourmands. All right, guys, that leads us into November. So November, I blind purchased during the Sephora VIB sale Ginger Biscuit by Jo Malone because of the FOMO. The hype. Look at this bottle though. Is this not adorable? This is adorable. The scent is gorgeous. It smells like a ginger snap cookie. It's so good, but the performance is not good. It's not good. I'm really hoping it gets stronger because the performance is kind of frustrating. There's that. But I do really like the way it smells. I also blind purchased by Dolce & Gabbana Devotion because of all the hype. Again, I got sucked into the hype, which I do really like this. I had a pretty strong feeling I was going to like it. I like candied, citrus, zesty, lemony, vanilla. I love orange blossom. I blind purchased by YSL. This is Black Opium Les Parfums because everybody had this in their best of vanilla videos. This has like 4 different kinds of vanilla, and I've been really enjoying this one. So yeah, it smells like Black Opium in the opening, but then it dries down to this really beautiful vanilla fragrance that I've really been liking. And then I did not blind buy this one. I had tested this at Saks Fifth Avenue when it first came out. This is by Chanel. This is Chance Eau Fresh, the Eau de Parfum version, which I love the EDT. Tried this one in store and absolutely love this one. This smells like the EDT, but with a lot of amber. Okay, I also blind purchased the new one by Navitus in collaboration with Sharita. It's called Monty Casanade. That one is on its way to me right now, which I'll be doing a review on that for you guys. It's actually supposed to be here today. I don't think it arrived yet, but it's on its way to me. I cannot wait to get it. And I will also be blind purchasing the new one by Navitus in collaboration with Gabai from Gabai Loves Perfumes. It's Baklava Royale, and oh man, I'm excited for that one too. So I will be getting that one, and I'll be doing a review on that one as well for you guys. And then the only other perfume that I'm going to be adding to my collection is the one I asked my husband for Christmas, and that is Angelique Noir by the House of Guerlain. And then that's it, I'm done. All right, so let's go ahead and go over some numbers. So in 2023, I put into my collection 101 perfumes. Out of those, 44 were blind buys, but if you add Gabai's, I haven't purchased it yet because it hasn't been released, but that will be a blind buy, and I definitely will be buying it. So once I buy that, it'll be 45. Out of the 101 perfumes, 9 perfumes were PR. That's it, 9 perfumes. So all of you guys that talk about not trusting influencers because they get so much in PR and everybody's lying, I purchase most of my perfumes myself. Thank you very much. 11 perfumes that I decluttered, and 2 of them are actually 3 of them are currently on the chopping block. So I might be decluttering 3 more. I'll let you know. So that's it, you guys. That's my perfume inventory for 2023. Let me know what you think. Have you tried any of these fragrances? What are your thoughts? Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? And I really appreciate you guys. I have a feeling this video is like forever long. So if you're still here, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!